Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to take out the 2023 Indian Challenger Dark Horse. Now, I own a 2021 Indian Challenger Limited. The Dark Horse is fully blacked out, so as far as riding this is going to be very easy for me to ride because I'm used to it. Base MSRP is $29,499 for this particular bike. You can get different colors. This one is $30,999. Nice features: glove box. This has the bags on the side, but everything else is pretty standard. I'm going to switch my screen because I don't like that screen. I like this screen. The nice thing about this versus, for example, the Road Glide is the adjustable screen. That is a great feature. I've ridden the Road Glide, and I still think the Challenger's a better platform, but figured I'd film the new one for the channel to see if they've changed anything, which I don't think they have. It still leans over really good. I've always said this about the Challenger. That was one of the reasons I bought it, was that the thing about this bike is it rides like it thinks it's a sport bike, you know, and because of that, it has a certain character to it. This is not a light bike, don't get me wrong. This is literally 830 pounds, fully fueled, wet and ready to ride. So don't expect to jump on this and think, oh, it's really, really light. Red line on this bike is 6,500, can be tuned. And this is electronically limited to 110 miles per hour in its stock configuration, which, let's be honest, is pretty fast. It's got more, and you can go and look at the 2021 that has been tuned with the Lloyd's tune, has full stage 1. That bike, on camera, I took it to 124 miles an hour. In private, I've gotten it to 147. And then I said, yep, that's enough. So you can see this bike, just the punch this bike has is immense, and it's phenomenal. I love this platform. I love the Challenger so much. Even in the stock configuration though, it actually has a nice sound to it. It really does. I like the sound. This with a full stage 1, you do get the air filter on the sides, an extra air intake. The interesting thing about this, the air intake is actually through the frame. You ever look at one of these, right underneath the fairing, right where the frame is, there is the air intake. The air filter, you have to remove the tank to get to it. Kind of a pain there. But the stage 1 air adds an extra air intake on the side, which, you know, it's fine. It's more for looks, to be honest. It doesn't deliver that much more power. But getting the exhaust, that's where you're actually going to get a little bit more gain. One thing, the floorboards are great. I love the floorboards on this bike because I have a big foot, and I think Harley floorboards are a little small. I've mentioned it before. You see the two on the front there, the air slits there that let air through the cap or through the fairing. Same as the Road Glide, however, what you'll find that's really nice, especially on colder days, is that you can close those off. There's a little slot there where you can close it off, which is nice if you're going to ride it on colder days. This bike is just, it's a great bike. It really is. And this engine is what really does it. The seat's fine. This is actually the stock seat. On the one that I did buy, it had a road sofa seat from Saddleman. After sitting on the stock seat, I can see why. On the edges of this seat, as my leg falls off, I feel it kind of digging in a little bit, and that would get really uncomfortable after a longer ride. Yeah, this is in road mode, I bet. Yeah, standard sport. To change the mode, you just have to go off throttle, and then you can get back. Now we're in sport mode. Not a huge power delivery difference between standard and sport, but there's a little bit. I will say this, on-off throttle on the standard tune is a little jerky. I mean, it really is. It's like, you know, it kind of jerks through. I don't like that. If you do get a Challenger, make sure you get the tune, the Lloyd's tune, and that will solve that problem. It's not super top heavy. I mean, I'm 5'9". I am completely flat-footed on this bike. The seat is obviously a little bit taller, but not bad. I've had questions asked about these little things here, and on this bike, you know, it just adds a little bit more of wind protection. Kind of deflects the wind out a little bit. The power delivery is on the stock it's muted a little bit from what it does after you get the tune. I mean, this is the first time I've got to ride the stock configuration. Now, the suspension on this bike is really is. It's really good. It soaks up bumps. Once you set your preload, soaks up the bumps. Don't have to worry about anything. I will get a chance later on to film the Pursuit. The Pursuit in this too. You can get it on this, but you can get an electronic rear suspension, so you can adjust preload on the fly. Honestly, for the money, for a long distance bagger, you cannot go wrong with this bike. This bike is so good. It's so easy to ride. It's comfortable. Is it a little heavy? No, 830 pounds. It's the same as the Road Glide. And this has got everything the Road Glide has in its stock configuration, plus more power. And it's not like a little bit more power. It's a lot more power. I mean, Road Glide is 102, 103 horsepower, where this is 122. And this is just so much more powerful. And the torque figure at 128 is also more, because the Road Glide is like 126, I believe, at the with the 117. Easy neutral. Again, 5'9", just sitting here. Both feet are, firmly on the ground. And yeah, this is just such a great bike. It is. It's such a great bike. And if you're looking for a bagger and you haven't tried this bike, do it, because you will not be disappointed. You won't. Have they changed anything from 2021? No. No, it's the same bike. It's the same bike. The only difference now, though, is that because the platform's been out for a little bit and they run this platform in the King of the Baggers, and there are more aftermarket options now than the bike that came out in 2021. Easy neutral. Kickstand right there. Ladies and gentlemen, the Indian Challenger Dark Horse 2023. If you haven't ridden it and you look for a bagger, find it and ride it. You'll fall in love. As always, everybody, stay safe and enjoy the ride.